wondering if you could tell me a little bit about just like the beginnings of your story, how you got into soccer, maybe early inspirations, and like what you love about the sport.
Well, first of all, as for the startup with my career, it began in the like grassroots, the most basic. I began playing when I was 4, and I just pretty much played the U.S. system, and just in regards to like how AYSO, and then jumping into club soccer and things like that. I wasn't really influenced by family members in reality, because my dad used to play baseball, so he wasn't pretty much a soccer player. But I remember the story. He told me that one day I came home. I was in elementary school, and it came with a little slip saying that my parents needed to sign it in order for me to be able to play. And it started like that, and then they decided to take me into a team, and from there it just went on. I pretty much got into club when I was 14, so I got kind of late. Nowadays, players have the opportunity to start as early as my age, or 5, 6, 7 years old, at a pretty young age. I think in my times it wasn't much like that, but now things have changed. And after that, I just went on to play high school, and then that's when I got that opportunity over there to play in England. My program was in England, which I loved the country, I loved the culture, and I mean it was just so special.
My next question is about EduKick. How did you hear about it, and what about the program drew you in and made you think that it could help you reach whatever goals that you had?
In the beginning, when you're trying to take your game to the next level, I think one of the most important things, apart from being perseverant, is you're looking for yourself. I honestly think that everyone has different routes to get to where they want to get. Some people get scouted, some people have to look for their opportunities, and that's okay, whichever one you actually have to take. In my case, I had to look for mine, so that's how mine came about. It caught my eye that how everything was structured, the fact of having the opportunity to play out in a different country, to be emerged into a culture that is high in football or in soccer, and having the opportunity to play with other players from other countries. Learn, soccer is a universal language, but when you get people from all over the places and you combine them, everyone speaks the same language. And I think that was what caught my attention, the fact of going to a different country, getting to play with other players from different cultures. That's what made me want to take the step to go over there, and I got the opportunity, so it was a blessing.
Yeah, in my interview with Joey, we talked a lot about how something he's really proud of with EduKick is the fact that it's like a second family to players. It's not like somewhere you only have like this strict coach-player relationship. Like there's more to it.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about that relationship and if you found that it was supportive like a second family would be.
Yeah, I mean the relationship with not only the culture itself, or the sports itself, it's also the relationships that you build with other players. I actually have from my program, I still have contact with a certain amount of players. It's something that it leaves you friendships for a really long term, for a lifetime. Some of my coaches, I think they were really great with me. I'm talking like personally. I mean, as a group, I saw them that they were really involved. But with me, I mean, I got a lot of key points that up until today, I could still use a lot of things. And not only I'm talking in the sport, I'm talking also like in life. But I mean, I think it all depends on the person, how much they make of their program. And I basically, when I was over there, I think there was like 22 cultures, so I got to interact with a lot of players, a lot of people, get to know other coaches, get to know also the perspectives of how everyone views the sport. And I think that's also something like really nice to get in a program, because there's, apart from the variety, there's so much like opportunity for growth. And you get to share a lot of things.
Some people go on to have careers in football, they're coaches, they go on to play professionally, but a lot of people also just take the confidence skills they learned and the networking that they learned, and they can apply that to really any area of life that they go forward in. But could you talk a little bit about your career now and what you do, and maybe how things that you learned in EduKick connects to what you do now?
Yeah, well, basically the same thing. Like, I'm blessed that I'm able to. I can say I can living off of the sport of soccer. I've been coaching soccer in club for 6 years now, but I'm more focused right now on personal training. I created my own brand, and I've been dedicating a lot of time, a lot of commitment to my things, and to help other players evolve in their game. I try to evaluate them in the best possible way and help them, transmit what I've learned, but also what I've been picking up. I pretty much do training every single day. So I'm really immersed in the sport, in the lifestyle. Most of my sessions are one-on-one, so a lot of private training. I've seen a lot of players, jump from low levels of the competition up to a higher level. So that at the end of the day is what satisfies me. My job as a personal trainer in soccer is to, give them the best tools for them to take onto the team setting, because at the end of the day, soccer is a team sport. You gotta be able to work it out as a team. But some players do require a little bit more work in their individual aspect to gain probably sometimes even more confidence. It's not only just the technical or the tactical part of understanding the game, but also that psychological factor that plays a big role in the sport is, bringing up their confidence. And I think that's what the number one benefit that players get when they come and train with me. So yeah, I've been working in this industry for quite some time, and I enjoy it a lot. And hopefully, later on I get other opportunities. Who knows? Maybe EduKick will be up next.
Yeah, that would be full circle.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Going back to your time in the program, do you have any good stories or moments that stick out to you as turning points, or like something that's just like stayed in your memory until now, that have kind of like defined or been a learning moment for you that you can share?
Yeah, I actually have a couple, but I want to share one in particular. They told us we were gonna play in the Reebok Stadium, inside the stadium. We were gonna just play a friendly match. It was gonna be the whole team. They were gonna split us into two, and all that stuff. So I was in a draw, like no goals. My position was a winger. I used winger and striker, but I played a lot through that left wing, and I couldn't get a goal. It was getting to me, that psychological aspect, because it is a team sport. You want everyone to play. Everyone wants to compete. So I wasn't getting goals. I remember scoring a goal in the finishing that drought in the stadium. That was a really special moment, because not only did I get to celebrate like the players when they make the run and they slide, and the celebration, all that stuff. It was something that I visualized, and I do remember like so vividly that, it was a corner. I go up, boom, hit it in, and just remember running down to the corner, sliding through. So that was a great moment. That's something that left an imprint in me. Just the fact of being in a stadium, even with no fans, but just being in the stadium and being able to play, feel the pitch that actual players, play in. All the EPL teams coming in every weekend. That's also a big thing, seeing some of your favorite players. When I was there, it was in Bolton, so it's all those things. And then being able to see Bolton at Wembley, traveling up all over there, it was just a collection of so many things that I sometimes have to go back and look at the pictures and just remind myself of how lucky and blessed that generation was to go through what they went. It's just all those things that you don't get, or many players don't get, and that once you're there, you're like, oh, I'm living the dream. I'm getting these opportunities that I once saw in TV, and now I'm here. I'm standing here. So it's just great. I had barely turned 18. It was a big transition for me. High school over there, going over. That was actually, that's another thing that I could probably call out. Just turning 18 and going over there from one point from California all the way to England, having pretty much no one but myself, adapting to all of my new surroundings, not knowing anybody. All those things were so new to me. It didn't probably get to me as much in the moment because I was more focused on living the dream type of thing. But there was hard times, hard moments where you miss your family, you miss the stuff back home. But I think it was all worth it. It was just a little bit of everything that adds up a great experience.
Just like in terms of parents who might be watching this video, like I know it can be hard to think about like sending your kid off like to another country, like with this program that you want to like do your research and you want to know that other people have had positive experiences, and obviously there will be like homesickness and hard moments, but if it's done correctly, then like you said, all of it is worth it. So
and right now that you said about being homesick, I think that that helps you as a player, especially at a young age. I mean, right now, I know there's players from younger ages that are leaving their homes, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter the age. The leaving home and the experiencing helps you build a lot of character. It helps you, know where you stand, know what it is that you want. It does shape your life perspective in a whole new level. And sometimes it takes a little bit of more years for you to see that. Maybe in the moment you don't see it. All these emotions coming in, you're excited to play. That's your focus. That's it. Soccer is life, pretty much the moment you wake up to the bedtime. But as the years go on, doesn't matter where you're at. If you go pro or you're a coach or you're in another sector of the industry, it doesn't even have to be sports, but those things help you become better human. It helps you, understand where like you had your hard moments and that you can cope with other hard moments when it comes later on, because life is like that. You have your ups, you have your downs, but at those ages, so it hits different. It might hit to some in that moment, to some it might hit later on, but for sure it helps you build a lot of character. At least on my experience, it did.